Hey, Tommy down here, Catalina, special guest. We got kitchen takeover going on right here, gentlemen.
Hi, Davin, Waite from Rodent.
I'm Peter Harrison from England.
All the way from England. Today we're just going to play around with a tuna head. This is a bluefin tuna. Came in yesterday. There's plenty of meat up in here. Look at that. So what we have here is the meat out of the center. And we have the meat. This piece of meat comes out of the roof of the mouth. And I'm going to turn it over to the professionals here. Davin, have at it, man. It's all you.
Perfect. Well, this right here being the terminus of what we eat as tuna is this long muscle that goes across the shoulders and the belly side. This is that little sweet nub where that big, strong muscle comes to an end. So it's a super tender little piece. And then up here in the roof of the mouth, we have this, which is almost like steak. So because it's so steak-like, Peter's gonna do a tartare with it. We'll just put our lovely assistant over here.
Our guest of honor.
Our guest of honor.
Yeah. So you can look here as well. And there's a little bit of meat up into the throat area. It's very tasty, very tender as well. And if we open up this mouth, I'm gonna come in. Can you see that, Rebecca? You got it?
Yep.
Right up in here, right up in this general area in here, you get through the roof of this mouth and you see where it's nice and soft. And that's where you get this beef-like fish out of. And I wish we had taste-o-vision, but you'll see it cook up. Go ahead, boys. Have at it. It's all you.
Oh. First, we're gonna sear those little spears.
Speak up for the cheap seats.
We're gonna sear off these little tuna spears.
Okay.
We're gonna do it with a broccoli leaf, kind of a quick kraut, and the stems out of the leaves are a little bit too chewy to eat straight up, so we grilled them and we made a pesto out of them. So what we got with this year, we have a lot of rain, then a lot of sun, then a lot of rain. This is actually a head of broccoli. Doesn't look like the broccoli in the grocery store. It's reached out and started to flower, but you can see by this that it's still broccoli. Normally, when it's nice and compact, we cut the top off the plant, eat that, and all of this goes to waste. This is delicious. It's kind of like a California collard green. So the sauce for this is made out of this part, kind of the ribs of the leaves, and we have a kraut that's made out of the shredded leaf itself. And then we're just going to garnish with a few flowers in a little bit.
Going live. Kitchen takeover, Catalina offshore.
Now you see how beautifully fatty that is, even on the leaner of the two major muscles in the fish. You almost don't even have to oil the pan because it's self-rendered. You don't even really want to sear this too much, just because it was pretty much perfect just the way it came.
Kitchen takeover, Davin, Waite, French and Rodent.
We're going to set these aside just for a quick second. That's a nice shot of what they look like when they come out of the head. They're just like little nuggets that they kind of hide in between little bone grooves that's right up there in the forehead of the fish. And that muscle, it comes down almost to the nose of the fish. So just because it's a head, you know, it's nothing to be scared of. It's all delicious meat in there. So this is just kind of a quick pesto. We took these, we charred them, and don't be scared to get a good char. You can put a little bit of lemon juice, some Parmesan cheese. We do toasted walnuts, but any nuts will do. Just kind of change the recipe around to your own taste. And just give it a blend with a little bit of olive oil. So we're going to put a little strip of that down on the plate. We're just going to cut these into little bite-sized nuggets. when you have kitchen scraps, we use beets instead of daikon radish at the restaurant because people are more likely to eat a pile of beets off the plate than they are daikon radish. So we have a lot of odds and ends. We burn them with a little bit of burnt onion ends, throw a little bit of nori in. This is no different than you'd make any other oil, but we leave it a little dirty. And all that means is we don't strain
Chris,
it out.
That's the head meat off of bluefin.
So that's
tuna.
just nice olive oil with all of that, kind of bringing out the sugars by charring it a little bit. Then this is our leaf, kind of a kraut, like a quicker kraut. You just brown it off in a pan with some onions. You glaze it with a little bit of vinegar and cane sugar, honey, or agave nectar, whatever you like the best. And we're just going to finish this off. We're coming back to our floury friend over here. These flowers just have a real nice, mild kind of broccoli flavor. You just put a few flowers around the plate.
You charge extra for that?
Always.
That's what Billy Butter would say, making it sexy.
Yeah.
And it's extra if I got to use
That was for
tweezers
you,
to put
Butter.
the flowers on the
Making it
plate.
sexy.
Cool. So there we go. Just a little quick and
Thanks
easy
for sharing,
fun.
Beth.
Now on to Chef Peter over here.
Hi, I'm going to do a tuna tartare. This is from the meat from the inside the head. This is more like beef, you know, rather than tuna. It tastes absolutely amazing. Just, you know, just tuna tartare. Beautiful, beautiful. So I'm just going to cut it up just into small pieces, little chunks, cubes, or whatever you want to call it. Do that. Just go the other way. Nicely, just like that. I'll just do a small amount, like that. Just going to grab my bowl. Pop that there. Going to make a dressing. I've got a Kiwana melon here. I'm going to use a bit of that because it looks really great, it's really soft. Cut that through. Look at the colour of that. Amazing. So these are from Cyclops Farms up in Oceanside.
Do you always carry a spoon in your pocket, Jeff?
Absolutely, you never know. You never know.
And a guanabana.
Yeah.
And a guacamole.
So look at the colour of that. It's like a, almost got like a cucumber notes to it. So it's nice and fresh. But it needs probably a little bit of extra, so I've got a Mayer lemon here. Just going to cut that. Little squeeze of that in there. And then just to bring a bit of England to California, I'm going to use some molten sea salt. Touch of that in there. We'll do a bit of onion just for a bit of bite. So just take the skin off that. Quite ruthless. Just do a little chopping. So,
Holy shit.
How come you can't cut like that, Tommy?
I am definitely not like that.
so just a little bit of onion there. We're only going to make a small amount. So that in there. Mix that. Got some coriander leaves. Or arugula. No, it's not arugula. It's cilantro.
Cilantro.
There you go. I call it tomato, you call it tomato. Bit of olive oil. Touch in there. And I'm also just going to lift it with a bit of white soy. So I have here, tiny bit in there. So just a taste. Beautiful. So I've got my tartare here. I'm just going to need another little pot, but it doesn't matter. It's just coming. I'll use this here. So I don't want to mix all of that dressing in. So just a touch of that in there. Just going to mix that up. Just taste again. And that'll get better. Get the plate. A little bit messy, put it down here. Okay. Is there another spoon? Yeah. No. Okay. So you can put this in a little mould or whatever you fancy. Just going to put that on there. Get a bit of the dressing. All these colours.
It's inside the upper roof of the mouth.
A few of these bits. Like that.
That's a beautiful one.
And then just to garnish it, but also to give it a bit more flavour, these little mustard frills here. There you go. I'm going to pop that in there. There we go. Tuna tartare.
Don't turn it off yet.
Also got a few, just if you want to just finish it off, you can play around, you can mess around with it as much as you like. I've got some arugula flowers here. There we go.
Kitchen takeover, Catalina offshore. See what you got, chef. Bring it. See you later.